Hi, welcome back to Willie's Web. And I'm Willie Wyman-Pleasance, and now is the entertainment. Da-da-da-da. I have the poet, and I have my comedian. My poet he's the author of 11 books of fiction and poetry. He is published in over 300 print and online journals. His work has been nominated 9 times for a Pushcart Prize, and his book, Shutting Doors, was nominated for the Mass Book Award. Tim Gager. Thank
you, Willie.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thanks for inviting
me. Ooh. He is a comic impressionist who has performed and taught stand-up, sketch, improv comedy. He has in his repertoire over 200 celebrity voices. He has performed in clubs, cruise ships, college, and customized corporation events everywhere. This comedian veteran has been seen on HBO and even at the Improv and The Last Comic Standing. And he was my comedian teacher. I was awful.
No, you were good.
Thank you, Bob Gothram.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, Willie.
Yes. So, tell me, Tim, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm kind of winding up promoting the book of poetry, and I finished up that book.
Let's get a picture of this book.
Which has done really well for me. And I have a novel coming out in the late summer, early fall, which I'm hoping to put together a tour from scratch. I'm connecting the dots of various cities, and it's going to be a great experience.
Cool. I met you we were a featured poet at, where were we? Middleton?
Yes.
Middleton or somewhere.
I would like to say it was standing room only, but it was room only.
It was room only.
What, do they have no chairs?
No chairs. And no people.
It was me, Willie, Tisha, Stephanie.
A few people showed up, but I think the reasoning was that they had some kind of major city hall meeting.
Yeah,
that's what she told us.
I've done shows like that. I came up with this adage, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a noise? Well, yeah, it does, but you have to ask the tree.
Tree.
Well, I heard there was a puppet show that night too, so
poets can't compete with that. They can't even compete with comments. So what's going on with you, Bob?
Nothing. My mind is going a mile a minute around here. You know why puppets like to have certain types of relationships and like to be single, don't you?
No.
Well, they want no strings attached. One guy, the money guy over there is, I heard what you said about money. I was listening when you were on the air. So I've decided to take half of my net and put it in a bank. I'll put that quarter in the bank tomorrow. So
Tim, that's okay. Tim, so where you'll be going next? What's going on?
Well, let me think of what's going on. The first weekend in June, I've got 3 readings. I'm going to be reading in Connecticut, and I'm going to be reading at the Cambridge River Fest at 5 o'clock.
Wow.
And I'm going to be reading up in Gloucester at the woman Jen Monroe series with extra, and they have a whole new building that they're doing their publishing out of, and they're doing performances out of, and they're trying to make it that way, and maybe some workshops. So that's going to be fascinating. And I've got a softball game the morning of that, so I'm bringing a wet towel. I'm going to look great for that appearance, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
Absolutely. I was on your pick a poem in there. I'm going to talk to Bob while you looking up a poem. He's going to read a poem for us. So, Bob, what's happening with you?
Well, speaking of poetry, I also have been a writer for since,
You keep saying that about that book. When am I going to hear it?
That book turned out to be 4 books. I want to talk to you about poetry, about music. I wrote a new musical, which is called The Best of What's His Name, and it's a cross between Rumpelstiltskin and The Emperor's New Clothes, and they're doing that at Emerson Theater Collaborative in Mystic, Connecticut.
Get out!
All right.
No! No! Don't go!
I'm sorry. No, what happened with the book, I'll tell you what. I was writing about my cruise ship experiences, and I thought, well, I can't do that unless I tell you about starting out in show business, and I can't do that unless I tell you about being on the road, so one book turned into 4.
Wow.
So I don't want to put any of them out there till they're all done.
Why? Put one.
Oh, well, you know. There's great stories in there. Can I tell you one of the stories?
Okay.
I went to Spain, and I said to my father, what am I supposed to do? I don't speak the language. He said, just use hand gestures. Mm-hmm. So I go in, and I says to the guy, hi, you speak English? And the guy goes, yes, I speak English. I go, good. I want to buy some playing cards with a picture of a bullfighter on the front. And the guy goes, I have playing cards with picture of bullfighter on front. I said, good. How much for the playing cards with a picture of the bullfighter on the front? He goes, 5 for the playing cards with a picture of the bullfighter on the front. I said, good. I will take them. He goes, good, give me money. I give him the money, he gives me the cards. I says, you speak good English. He goes, yes, you speak good English too. I says to him, yes, what part of Spain are you from? The guy says, I know from Spain. I grew up in Boston. Where are you from? I said to the guy, I am from Boston. So why the hell are we talking like this? True story.
True story. Tam, read one of your poems for us.
All right, I'll read a poem.
It's short, right? A small
It
short.
is.
Okay,
It's
all right.
shorter than the Spain story.
Okay.
This is the titular poem from The Shutting Door,
Okay.
called The Shutting Door.
Okay.
We are solid oak doors that shut on our past, close on dead mothers, sons, daughters. These doors swell often, won't open. One midnight we walked towards woods, the moss cold under our toes, as we were caught in the light for a moment, a glimpse of half full. We are dim lights on dark nights, sending out calls to the wolves howling at the sun because the moon hanging there yet never seems to hear them. If I should need to step back to see how you glow in this light, illumination, I can be at one with that, us growing like violets in the dark.
So what
Sweet.
inspired that?
What inspired that?
Mm-hmm.
I've been in drug and alcohol recovery for 3.5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and this poem is about kind of shutting doors to all things and all things that have been destructive in people's lives and starting fresh.
Wow. Very good. You have another one?
Sure.
Find another one. Tell me a joke.
Well, I go to this group that's sort of recovery. It's the AAAAA.
Yeah.
It's not the AA, and it's not AAA. It's AAAAA. It's not about people who drink and drive. It's about people who drive each other to drink. Actually, I go to a self-help.
You're not recovered. You're not a.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I go to self-help for being a couch potato. It's Flickers Anonymous. It's in a remote location, but it's really the best 12-channel step program you can go to.
Okay.
This is based on a true story. While I'm driving home, and the character in the story, Chuck, is no longer with us. While I'm driving home, your boyfriend Chuck bounces a basketball out the window from the back seat of the moving car. Chuck's no Pistol Pete Maravich, more like Slick Willie, but I've already had that chat with him. Try to stay as clean as she. Don't shoot behind her back. But he popped a Subutex into his mouth, crunched it like Pez, and laughed. Now he dribbles in the back as she sits soaking wet in the front seat after we sang and danced in the rain. My fault, you got drenched when I couldn't find the car in Kenmore Square. We walked down the wrong street, ended up in Back Bay, the weather not cooperating, not bothering to warn me. It's a waste of time to find your way, since I've never danced like Gene Kelly, especially when I kicked at some puddles. shot some spray, came on with the rain, had a smile on my face when Chuck got splashed in the face. He will never stop dribbling. He continues again and again, turns the ball over.
Oh, nice. Nice. Snap, snap, snap. So Bob, where are you appearing next?
I'll be out in the lobby, and if you want to follow my career from here, I'll be taking 93 North back to Lowell.
Are you teaching still?
I am teaching. I don't have much performance coming up, but I'm teaching. I still teach at the Cambridge Center of Adult Education.
Yeah.
I also coach out of my private home studio, stand-up, improv, and acting. And you can see it's emersontheatrecollaborative.org is where you can catch the info on the best of what's his name. And if you want to contact me, it's Facebook. I got rid of my website, Willie.
You did?
Yeah, because everybody goes to Facebook. Who
They
needs
do.
the website?
They do. I have a web page.
Do you?
So I link things to my web page.
Right, me too.
But what I was going to say is, for people who are interested in doing comedy,
Yes.
have you ever had anyone in there who just was just not funny, or they shouldn't be doing comedy?
Yeah.
You still encourage them?
I do want to encourage them as much as possible. I'll tell you what actually just happened to me is a woman came and she wanted to be a stand-up, but she said, I can't remember things.
Right.
What am I going to do? She had a brain injury, and I said, well, why don't you write your stories down and, read them to people? And she said, they'll let you do that? And I said, yes, they will, because she had a problem with her memory. That's why she did. And she said, well, but if I'm going to be a stand-up comic, I can't memorize things. I said, yeah, you're going to write them down. And so what we did was we sat down and wrote story after story, and I became a book editor this past couple of months. Editing it's called Peggy's Path by Peggy Ryan.
Wow.
It hasn't even been published yet, but oh my God, what a genius she is.
Wow. We have 3 minutes left. Can you believe that?
3 minutes left.
Oh, wow. My show's going very fast. Very fast.
Talk about poetry. One of the things we do in improv is if you give me an occupation and an object, I can do a haiku, just like that.
Okay. My cup.
Your cup.
And a thumb.
Well, I need an occupation for the cup.
You
want to give
teacher.
me a teacher and a cup. I gave my teacher a cup in school. Let's drink to it, teach. See you later. Soon. It's not fantastic, but...
No.
Poetry is hard work.
It's hard work.
My favorite haiku, see the frog with firecracker in his mouth. Wow. Bang, laughing children.
So, Tim, you're going to they can find you on Facebook?
Facebook, Timothy Gager. Oh, I still do have the website, timothygager.com, but instead of getting like 10,000 hits a month, we're down to about 1,000 because of Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And my name's easy to remember. It's a French last name, but there's lots of Italian in it. Bob, spelled with just one O. Thanks you very much. And Gautreau, G-A-U-T-R-E-A-U.
Gautreau.
Lots of Italian in there.
Gautreau. But that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We're winding down. Thank you for coming.
And thanks for telling people to come take my classes at www.ccAE.org.
He is a wonderful teacher.
Thank
you. He really thought that I was funny.
You got to see her live, folks.
Can you do an impersonation of her?
I can do an impression of Willie Lime.
How many more minutes we got left? Oh my God!
Bob will be here next week in your place.
My husband the dog food.
Oh, that was my joke. That was my joke.
That was a great joke.
All right, we have to wrap it up. Oh my God! I want to thank the crew. They are my hero. Without them, I could not do this. I want to thank my guests, Colleen, Tim, Bob, and my co-host and my special guest, Edward Myers. Thank you. My next show is July the 29th, same time, same station. Get a copy of my book, Make Truth a Habit. Until next time, thank you for stopping in the web.